Save. Foul waste. Okay. Come get Gizmo. Never mind it. me just do some quick stuff, and then we're going to get into the trial of or the path of ascension. So far, so good. That could be. How much time until that's gone? 14 hours? I guess let's go ahead and do this. Chuck Meatball out there. Do that. All these lower people here. Honestly, just go like that. Screw it. Okay. Let's head on over here to the Path of Ascension. So we just made ourselves a lovely, like 900 gold there, rounding up. Oh, someone's got a quest here. Huh. So now that I've upgraded it, we do have dailies here, so that's kind of interesting. Beat Ecthra in the Path of Ascension. Luckily, we're going to be taking on Ecthra on the Loyalty difficulty. Let's go ahead and that. Eh. Thank you so much for joining me once again today. Today we will be taking on Ecthra once again. We will be doing the Path of Loyalty. So we will come over to here. We will be selecting out Ecthra, and then we'll be choosing Loyalty. We've already defeated her on Courage, so we hit Choose. We will be doing this with Pelagos. So for this fight, she has two core abilities. She is a range, so most of the time she kind of is in the middle. You don't really have to worry about too much about kiting her around. The things you do have to kite around is she will summon crawlers. Previously, she summoned 3 of them on her easier difficulty. All this does is increase her damage and her HP. So that should also most likely increase it for them. They're pretty easy to kill. Normally, you can just kite them around. They're pretty slow. So if you just use your number 2 ability, your Aspirant's Bindings, and when they're grouped up, you can do damage across all of them or slow them down to keep them away. You can also single target with Test of Faith, and you can also use your number 4 ability, Unleash, to do damage, of course, across everything when you get the chance. You just want to be careful because if they are close enough, they will get to you, and they do a poison that actually does most of the damage in this fight, so you want to avoid that. For this, before we did not use any of the equipment that you have, I'm going to go with Phial of Serenity in the off chance that I do take some damage, so that way I can heal myself for 10% of my maximum health, because once again, she herself did not do a lot of damage. I think she only did about 30% of my health in the last fight. But for her second ability, you want to make sure to avoid Foul Waste. She will throw out 2 green swirlies on the ground. When they hit, they explode, and they put down a green toxin that if you, of course, step in it, you will take damage, but it also slows you down, which then allows those crawlers to catch up to you and do damage. So you want to make sure to not be hit by that. And for the buffs that we will be taking from Confront Memories, we will most likely once again go with the shield, just with the off chance that we do get hit. Another good option as well is the speed, which is the one on the left, shield is the one on the right, and haste is the one in the middle. So let's go ahead and get this started with our fight for the loyalty against Ecthra. There we go. Here's the summon crawlers. We're going to move away from that because we don't want to get hit. Looks like she is doing a little bit more. Looks like they are a little bit faster now. Go ahead and take care of that. I'm going to go ahead and do this maybe a little bit too soon. And we're going to that. Here comes him. Shield. Do that. Come out here. We might have a problem here. That one's going to get through. That's okay. Took care of the others. Didn't want to get hit by that, but that's okay. We'll go once again with our shield. We're going to hit our file. Summoning another group of crawlers. Did get touched there. It's nuts. With her, it is a DPS race, so. Ugh, stepped in the poop. That's not too bad. Okay. Okay. Okay, thanks once again for coming. Today we will be taking on Ecthra on her loyalty difficulty. So we already got her selected over here. You'll come over to here, you choose Ecthra and loyalty. This increases her damage and HP, so it is going to be a little bit of a longer fight. We will be using Pelagos for this fight. So let's go ahead and select Pelagos. For this, we're going to go with the Deep Echo Trident because we're going to use it to interrupt her Foul Waste ability. And for her abilities, the two things are she does a summon crawlers. There will be 3 of them. They are slow, so they can be kited around. I'd probably recommend taking the speed buff whenever you can, or the haste, because they can be pretty easily kited, so you can move around that way. You can maximize damage on her. We will be interrupting Foul Waste, which is her second ability. She'll do a green swirl on the ground. When it hits, it explodes and leaves a permanent lasting item on the ground that is green. If you step into it, you of course take damage. It'll be a lot more damage since she is on the harder difficulty. And it slows you down, which gives the spiders a chance to catch up to you. So you want to make sure that either you DPS the spiders by that point, you avoid it, or you don't get hit. So let's go ahead and we're going to jump right in. We're of course going to be, our Test of Faith, our main ability on her. Anytime that things are grouped up, we'll be making sure to use our Aspirins binding as much as possible, especially on the spiders. We'll be cleaning up the spiders with Unleash as often as we can. We'll be interrupting Foul Waste whenever we can with the Trident. And then, of course, we'll be doing Confront Memories. Probably the Haste, maybe the Speed, and the third option, of course, is the Shield. Haste is the one in the middle, the Speed is the one on the left, and the Shield is the one on the right that has the shield all the way around it. There's the foul waste. Those spiders. We hit that a little late. Go ahead and go with the haste. Got a pretty good distance here. I think we accidentally took the speed. Did not hit the target I intended to. Okay. Oh god, I'm stuck. I'm really stuck. I'm gonna take the shield. We're gonna lose this. Did better. Maybe the Aegis? Well, we accidentally took the wrong buff a few times there, so. We got. Thank you so much once again for joining us today. We will be doing the Path of Ascension Ecthra. This will be on her loyalty difficulty, which does increase her HP and damage. She has two main abilities. It is to summon crawlers. She will summon 3 of them in a frontal cone in front of her, kind of randomly though, so you can end up with 1 on your left, 2 on your right, or an equal spread. Her second ability is she does Foul Waste, which she splashes 3 green swirlies on the ground. When it hits, it leaves a damaging area of effect, and it also slows you down when you attempt to pass through it. So you want to make sure to avoid that at all costs, because if the crawlers catch up to you, they do a poison debuff on you that will eat away at you really quickly. And of course, for this, to do that, you just come over here, you choose Ecthra, you come over to Loyalty, hit Choose. We will be using Pelagos for this. Since the crawlers are pretty slow and easy to kite around, and the other item is completely avoidable, we're going to go with Phial of Serenity to give me a little bit extra health. So that way we can be using that on cooldown to keep our health up, because it does give 10%. We'll be using our number 1 ability, Test of Faith, to DPS her. And if the spiders get too close, we might have to kill them using it as well. The other item is we're going to be using Aspirin's Binding as often as we can. That way, if we do get any spiders on us, we can slow them down or use it on her. She is mostly a ranged, so her coming into melee does occur from time to time. And then, of course, Confront Memories. We have 3 options. We'll probably going with Haste and Shield, so that way we don't have to worry about her doing a lot of damage, and of course us increasing our damage. And to clean it all up, and as often as we can, we want to be making sure to use our Unleash whenever we have it up, because that will help clear out spiders and also do a large amount of damage to her. So let's go ahead and jump in here and do this live. So we're going to go with Haste. There's the crawlers. Oh crap. Mop that up. Go ahead and scoot away from her. Or from them, rather. Oh, we're going to get hit with that. Let's go ahead and use that already, as it does have a cooldown. So we're going to go ahead and continue DPSing her here. Clean it up once again. Let's go ahead and move away from there. We're going to go ahead and do that. Get this off just in time, and there we go. Let's go ahead and use our file again. God. Fight's almost over. Go ahead and take the shield. And there you go. And we got the achievement for Itsy Bitsy Spider for going ahead and taking out some of her, 20 of her ads, I do believe, during the fight. And that actually counted in the Trial of Wisdom. That was the Trial of Loyalty, but once again, make sure to keep her crawlers under control, make sure to avoid the green on the ground, and then just wipe it up whenever you get the chance. That is how you do Ecthra on Loyalty. Close that. Take a look over here. Oh, it's a pet. Let's see. Okay, that's not where I wanted to. Reload here. Once again, we are here on the Path of Ascension. Today we will be doing Numenuru's Loyalty Challenge. So for this, he will have better HP and more damage. He does two abilities that are notable. One is he'll hit So. He tosses around fairies around the field. They're easy to DPS. So they can be line of sighted. So that way you can go behind a pillar and do what you need to do. When you kill them, there is a blue bolt that goes from them to the boss, so it might be some form of damage if you kill them. So there might be some sort of thing going on there that if you want to do it. The other item is he summons a different kind of fairy. It's a red one. It's an exploding fairy. You want to make sure to kill that as fast as possible because if it does go off, it will do a large chunk of your health. So for this, I'm going to, once again, we're going to do it with Pelagos. So we choose Pelagos. I'm going to come over here. For this, just because he does summon the exploding fairy anywhere on the field, I'm going to go with the Spirit Forged Aegis, which can absorb 10,000 damage, and it reflects part of that damage as well. So if I can't get to the exploding fairy, I can hit that, and then we just go bloop, and then for 10 seconds we'll absorb all that damage. And it is a frontal, so you'll want to be making sure to look in the direction of it, and we'll do that. And to choose Numenuru, you just come over here, you go to Numenuru, Loyalty, you hit Choose. For the abilities, he is rooted once again in the middle, so he's not going to be moving, so you can use your number 2 freely to either kill his fairy ads, do some extra damage to him, or on the exploding fairy as well if you need to be able to get to it. Now, the main damage, of course, once again, is Test of Faith, as always. We're going to be making sure to use Aspirin's Binding as much as we can as well at the best opportunities as possible because we want to make sure to keep up our Confront memories. I will probably go with either the Haste or the Shield. Haste is the one that's right in the middle. The Shield is the one on the right that has the entire shield around it. And of course, whenever we get the chance, we will be using Unleash to wipe up the entire field. And then as well, want to go ahead and thank all the new subscribers on my YouTube channel. I appreciate that greatly. I've gone up a good amount from what I had before. I've tripled my numbers. And then I want to say thank you to all the views and positive support and any comments that anyone has left. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So make sure to hit the follow button, the like, and subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, and leave a comment. Let's go ahead and jump on in here and do Numenuru. Let's take you out. Looks like they've got a bit more health. Let's go ahead and we're gonna. Oops, I took the wrong one again. Let's go ahead and we're gonna do this. Let's reflect some of this damage back. Yep, we got the exploding fairy. Let's take care of that. Let's go ahead and wipe those ones up. Got a fair amount of fairies going on over here. They're taking a large amount of damage. Let's do this. Let's go with the shield. This one's close. That up. That. That. Take the shield so we can get this finished up. It's gonna be close. Ooh, ow. And that is Numenuru. We did get a little unlucky there with our cooldowns on that final fairy, but once again, make sure to definitely do damage to the fairies. They do a fair amount. The Aegis kind of worked. I didn't really see any reflecting of damage going on like it says it's supposed to, but I'm not quite sure if maybe it's a range problem. But once again, just DPS him, kill the fairies when you get the chance, and definitely make sure to kill that exploding fairy. And that is how you do Numenuru on loyalty. Out of that, we did get a pet here, so let's go ahead and go back up here now. Hey, good lord, this lag. That's not where I wanted to go. Thank you so much once again for joining me today. Today we will be doing Craven Corinth. So we will be coming over here and choosing him. So we will go down to Craven Corinth. We're going to be doing his. Oh, we can't do his loyalty, so never mind. So who can we do? Did Calithane, Ecthra. Probably can't do Splinterback. I wonder if the Aegis would be a good one to use. Soak it and then just use the Aegis while we're soaking it. Thank you so much for once again joining me here on the Path of Ascension. Today we will be doing Aldurin and Mildurin on their loyalty difficulty. So what that means is they have increased HP and damage. So for them, there's one of them is a melee. They will come up and he of course attacks you. The main thing is you want to worry about there is he does an ability called Anima Seed, which I'm going to try to use the Aegis Shield here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to soak it and use the Aegis Shield to reflect damage and to absorb it so I can soak the seed. The other thing is you're going to want to choose Pelagos here. And for the other one, which is Myrnir, she uses a bow, so you can see that here. She's going to stand pretty much center stage, DPSing. So she shoots arrows in a frontal cone. It's basically three directional, so it will split in a fork. You can run in between them, so you can just go whoop. So if it's coming here and here, you just run in between the dead zone. It can pass through the tower, so lining aside of her, about all that does is kind of gets her to move towards you, which is fine. The most likeliest thing we'll be using our Aspirant's Binding to keep Aldurin further away from us. We'll be using our Test of Faith to continually do damage during the fight. I'll probably take the shield from Confront Memories, and of course, whenever we get the chance, we're going to be using Unleash to do damage to both of them, since they do share a health pool. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to try it with the Spirit Forged Aegis, just because I want to see if it works here. If not, the play would be to go with the Trident, because that has an interrupt. And once again, thank you everyone for your support in the channel on my YouTube. It, of course, has been growing. One of the videos has hit over 1K views. And thank you to the numerous subscribers that we've gotten over the course of these guides. I appreciate it. So make sure to hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, and leave a comment. Let's go ahead and jump in there. And also hit a like. So once again, Myrna with the bow, Aldurin with his little polearm, or whatever you want to call that, an axe. Interesting. Oh, we're allowing ourselves to get hit. Here comes the Anima Seed. So we're gonna... Oh no, because I had to move. Right now we have to soak it. So that is my foolishness for running out there. Let's not get hit by that. Right now I am not playing this well at all. Not gonna lie. Here comes the Anima Seed. Yeah, we did not do this well. It doesn't feel like it reflects damage. Let's go vendor trash all this crap that we've been getting. So we're gonna go with the spear. That's gonna be the best bet, and safest bet. So these are the boons that it's talking about. Yeah, let's come over here and vendor trash, but we need to vendor trash first. Hmm, a lot of materials there. Is it a one-time use? Oh, it didn't go into my inventory. Okay. Go ahead and go back in here. I'm curious because I made that. Is there a way to choose which boons? Thank you once again for joining me for the Path of Ascension. Today we will be taking Alderaan and Myrnir once again on the loyalty difficulty this time. It does mean they have increased HP and damage. They do share a health pool. The abilities for this fight that they use, of course, Alderaan will cast Whirling Dervishes, which you want to avoid. They're going to be whirlwinds that he puts down on the stage. They move around. They look like tornadoes, so you want to avoid those. His second ability, which you want to use the Spear. So let me grab Pelagos real quickly, and I'll grab you because we'll be doing the fight with Pelagos. So we grab Pelagos there. We come over here. We're going to be using the Deep Echo Trident because what that does is it has an interrupt. So that way we can interrupt the second ability he has, which is Anima Seed, because that will put down a bomb on the field. If you do not manage to kick you can stand in it to soak it. The problem is Myrnir does a frontal range cone attack that shoots out arrows in a three-directional cone. You can step into the gap between them to avoid the damage, but if you're standing in an area of this and you're having to dance around and absorb it, and it's better to not have to worry about so many mechanics while you're trying to do the fight. I will let you know though, it does have a little bit of a delay, so you want to make sure as soon as you see the cast to do it as soon as possible on the Anima Seed. We of course will be DPSing with our Test of Faith ability as much as we can. We'll be doing our aspirants binding to bind Alderaan as best we can because we can't. There's no point to really bind Myrnir because they're going to be fighting from a range anyway. We want to make sure we're going to be taking the shield, so that way any damage that we do take, we can do an absorb and avoid most of it. And whenever we can, we're going to be using Unleash to do damage to both of them because once again, they do share a health pool, so you don't have to worry about killing each one individually. But definitely doing 8,000 damage to both of them is much more substantial than to just a single one. I use it. But to get this started, We're going to go ahead and ring the bell. And then, just like with me ringing this bell, go ahead and ring that bell down below. Hit the subscribe button. And definitely go ahead and leave a like. Any comments are always appreciated. We just broke 1K today on our Callus theme guide, so I appreciate that. And thank you so much to all the new subscribers that have come in thanks to the guides. So once again, we have Aldurin here, melee, Mjolnir here with her bow. We used that early and we used it on the dervish. We're going to have to soak. So now that it's on cooldown, we're not going to be able to do the second one here. Let's go ahead and come this way. Here comes the next anima seed. We're going to go ahead and we're going to have to soak this at an awkward angle here. We want to go ahead and do that. We got a dervish at our feet, so we don't want to get moved as soon as possible. We managed to get the anima seed that time on the third one. Because if you're managing to kick all of them, you should be able to get 1, 3, and 5. So this should be number 4 about to happen here. Let's bring the fight back this way so we can hit both. Uh-oh. We gotta get in there and start soaking that before it detonates. We have a dervish at our feet again. So we're soaking it. Doing pretty good. Taking a little bit more damage than I'd like. Should be getting ready to do it here in just a second. Oh, God, I walked right through that. Did better. It's close. That got ugly. I should have moved that away from all those dervishes so that way his anima seed wasn't so bad. See, it should miss us. So we missed the first one. We're going to have to soak this one as well. And the arrows hit us. Let's go ahead and get the shield back up. Let's get some distance between. There's the anima seed. It is just not kicking it. Oh, God. This one's going to be rough. Let's focus on soaking here. There, it's done. So take the shield. We're going to do this. Ah, he got off another one. Yeah, he's gonna get off this one too. I wasn't paying enough attention. And there we go. That was extremely sloppy. I'm not gonna lie. I could have done way better on that. You want to make sure to definitely be. No wonder why it wasn't working. I forgot to grab the trident. Do not do what I did. Make sure to grab that trident. Do not try to defeat it with 3% of your health left. But that is how you do Alduin and Mjolnir on their loyalty difficulty. Just make sure you use the spears and do it correctly. And once again, the ones you'll be able to block, if you block the first one, then you'll be able to do the third one and the fifth one. You'll have to eat the second and the fourth. You just stand in it, it soaks it, the bomb slowly diffuses, so that way you can avoid it going off. Like on my loss, I won. Yeah. Foil! Thank you once again for joining us today. Today we will be doing Thrantiok. So we will come over here. You come down to Thrantiok. We'll be doing his Courage Challenge, since that is the first. We just unlocked that this week, so we'll hit choose. There he is. We'll be doing this with Pelagos. So we're going to come over here and choose Pelagos. So for this fight, he has two major mechanics. He is arranged, so he's going to sit in the middle of the room. He's not going to move. He's not going to budge. He is going to put 4 phylacteries on each side here. And you want to DPS the phylacteries because it puts a shield on him that makes him immune to DPS. So you're going to want to kill one of those to break it. And then, of course, DPS it as you down, as you need to. So that way you can DPS him. The other one is he's going to do basically rings of rot that are going to spread out from him. There'll be safe zones in each ring, so you'll want to run over to that real quickly, get into the safe zone, run over to the other one. We saw this a lot in the N'Zoth fights in the last expansion. So let's go ahead and, as far as equipment, just because there's no reason I chose it. I'm actually just doing it for the achievement to, where is it? It's it's not what you wear, because I still need it with that, because I did mess up on my video for the loyalty guide for Alduin and Myrnor because I forgot to equip it. And of course, we haven't unlocked Lich Frost or Warding yet. So we've got Pelagos. Of course, we're going to be using our Test of Faith to do most of our damage. We're going to be rooting whenever we can with Aspirin's Bindings, just because it's extra damage and gives us more energy. So that way we can use Unleash. For the Confront Memories, since a lot of his damage is spell casting, we're going to most likely take the Shield, which is the one on the right. If not, I might just take the Haste, so that way we can do damage, but most likely the Shield, just because of the second mechanic with the rings, in case we get caught anywhere too bad. So let's go ahead and start this, and while we load in here, make sure to hit that subscribe button below, hit the like, and leave a comment, and of course ring the bell just like I did, so that way you can know when I do more guides. Okay, and as you can see, he's already started the fight with it. So we see that. Severed Soul, immune, destroy any nearby phylactery to end this effect temporarily. So of course we're going to be starting on this closest one to us. But at the same time, I want to get close enough that I can start DPSing the boss as well once we're done. That's right. There goes that. We're going to go with the haste for now. We're going to interrupt his terminal destruction, just because it looked like it was something unfriendly. I think that might have missed. Go ahead and we're going to once again take that. You can see the countdown here on his... Oh, he's back up. Okay. Greater Necrotic Bolt. I'm going to go with Shield. So there is an ability that you want to erupt here. It is the Terminal of Destruction. We get rid of that. I go like that, so that way we can start on this next file. We're going to be cutting this close here. This should finish him off. There we go. And that is how you beat Tiernak, or Thrantiok, the Lich there. Make sure to interrupt his destruction ability. It's a slow cast, so you got plenty of time to do it. If not, he'll chunk your health like he did me. The other two things are negligible, so I apologize for not having that at the beginning of the guide. Oh, okay. And we start here. He's already got his phylacteries down, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to move into range where I can actually attack him once we get the chance. So we're going to start off on this phylactery here. That gets rid of his shield that he had. We're going to interrupt that with the trident because we don't want him casting that terminal destruction. It does a lot of damage. So we're just going to keep chewing away at him here. Go ahead and chunk him and take out that next file. Go with shield. I'm going to go ahead and stop him from using terminal destruction again. Go ahead and do that to take out the next phylactery. We're just going to continue to DPS him here. Once again, Terminal of Destruction is a slow cast, so you want to make sure to avoid that as best as you can. I think he's going to manage to get this off because we're on cooldown. He did. Ouch. But we're still going to win, and that's how you defeat Thantriok. I am glad that we took the Deep Echo Trident because we were able to interrupt his ability. Let's go turn in these two quests that we've got here. I think one of them was Vial of Lich Frost, and something of Warding. Okay, Steward Mail Pouch. Bam. Bam. And then real quickly, as a quick guide, if you're ever low on resources that you need for the Path of Ascension, if you come over here, where is it? The Innkeeper right here. If you come to the Innkeeper, go, let me browse your goods. She sells a supplies for the path. This will give you like 20 of everything. So we just buy that real quickly for 5 tokens. We've got 37, so we've got enough. So, I mean, there's no real fear there. We just pop that open. And as you can see, I got, what, 20, 19, 16, and 20. So that's not too bad. We can come back over here, and we can craft the new stuff we just got. Okay, so that's what that is. Medallion of Service. So that gives you more medallions if you're willing to spend. Okay. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and at least do this. I'm not too stressed about the mail pouch. Interesting. So that does a freeze effect. Hey, that would have been nice to have on those spiders. Oh well. Okay. So who is next? Which chump is going to try to take us on? What's up, gentlemen? Yeah, I'll be the first one to get these guides out, Core. The only ones that exist right now are ones from pre-patch, so beta. So this was a good decision on my part to. One of my videos just broke 1K today. But this guy's cheesing it, and I don't think this strategy still works. He's like giving himself all the power before he starts the fight, but I don't think it functions that way. That's what I thought. Once again, we are here on the Path of Ascension. Today we will be taking on Mortimer. So you just come over here to your Soul Mirror. You come down to Mad Mortimer. It will be the Courage Challenge, so you'll hit choose. In this fight, you do take on three. One is a slime, two are sludge men. So you'll start off DPSing the slime. It does have a cast that can be interrupted, so you can do that. So that if you want to go with the Deep Echo Trident, you can. What I would recommend here is the Vial of Lich Frost if you've already unlocked it, because that is going to slow things down and root it. It'll give you a chance to get away because you are up against three things, and one of them seems to have a slowing debuff if it gets to you because it's like a frost slime. So we're going to go with the nope, not the Vial of Serenity. We want the Vial of Lich Frost. So the red slime does a cast. The green one like that looks like this over here, the slime zombie. He charges and he does splashes of AoE toxin on the ground that you definitely don't want to get hit by. The other one, the frost one, which is the blue one, he'll be on the left. So red will be in the center, green will be on the right, and the frost one will be on the left. Seems to catch up to you and do a slowing effect, so you definitely don't want to get caught by that. Once again, our main damaging ability will be Test of Faith. We will be using Aspirin's bindings to keep things away from us, so that way we're not having to worry about stacking debuffs and stuff like that. We'll be taking Confront Memories, the shield, which is the one on the right. So it'll be the one over here, and it'll have a blue shield all the way around it. And as often as we can, we'll be using Unleash, so that way we can do damage to all three targets, so that way it multiplies our damage. And then whenever we can, we'll be using our ability, which just like that, as things get near us, so that way we can get away from it and minimize the amount of frontal damage that we're taking with debuffs and things like that that can hit us. And I'm going to go ahead and ring the bell, and just like you, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, follow, and hit the bell so you can get notifications when I go live, leave a comment, and hit the like. So let's go ahead and get this started here. So here you can see, so you got the red slime, the green slime, and the frost slime. We're going to start off with the red. We're going to go ahead and hit that first one there. Green one's becoming active. He's going to do his little charge here and leave poop all over the floor over there. I'm going to go ahead and do this here. Oh. They do share a health pool, so that's good too. We're going to keep damaging. Here comes the third one. He's going to do his charge. We're going to do that so we can hit all three. Our ability here. Freeze him, or slow him rather. As you can see, we got stacking debuffs here. We're going to go ahead and hit this. We're going to take the shield. We're going to keep DPSing. What's going on here? Why am I must have gotten hit by enough stuff here. Let's go ahead and we're going to get out of the way of this because he's about to choo-choo his way through. Hit all three. And there we go. That is the fight. Make sure to avoid the green one's charge. Make sure to stay away from the blue one so he can't freeze you. DPS the red as you see fit at the beginning. Of course, hit unleash to do damage to all three. And that is a win. That was an easy fight, I'm not going to lie. Maybe that'll be harder on loyalty. You, well, I mean, you can't. Well, I mean, you can't do Craven Corinth yet. You can't do Craven Corinth. You can't do his test of loyalty yet. Yeah. Because I was just doing those because I did Numenuru and all of them already. Da da da. On loyalty, I'm doing the three new ones. I only got three. I got Antioch, Mortimer, and the big robot. I didn't get a fourth. Did you have the Splinterbark Nightmare already? Okay, yeah, because I had the ability to go get Antioch, so maybe I already had one of the other ones. Maybe you had missed a quest. Maybe I don't know. Well, you said you unlocked four people. Because I had three quests, including Antioch. I didn't have a fourth quest. Yeah, I had two in Maldraxxus, and I had the one in Bastion. It gave me two fights, so I got three people. But you said you had three, and you got Antioch, or whatever his name is. Yeah. Maybe that's what I'm. Well, that was the third quest. You had to go to whatchamacallit. The weekly in Path of Ascension. Yeah, I had him before I did the weekly, so maybe I don't know. I like the fact that like it's like parry it, and it literally tells you that it has like 0 seconds on that buff that you have to use on him. That was interesting. I got punched out of the ring like 6 times before I realized it lasted like less than a second. I was like, oh snap! I was like, you literally have to wait till he's at the end of his cast. I was like, oh god. And then once I realized that, it was easy as crap. Because that's who I'm up against next, is that guy. I got so many medallions. Okay, now for this last guide here. I so totally didn't do the Alder and Mjolnir fight again. Fucking right. I did it without the spear, and the whole time I'm like, and now you interrupt this, and I'm like, why is it not working? I defeated it without using the thing on courage. That was bad. I'm a terrible player. Oh yeah, now I can do loyalty now. Yeah, now I can do Craven Corinth on. Maybe it was because I didn't have something. I don't know. Can I do? Huh? Yeah, now they're unlocked. That's weird. I'll do those tomorrow then. I haven't even used Clea yet. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't even used her. Yeah, I've heard like Pelagos is like the easiest to do it with. Thanos. What can you tell me about the fight, Biz, with Thanos, the big robot? Oh, okay. I wonder if the Aegis shield would be worth doing then. But I mean, then you just have to stand there and take it. But I don't know what all it would have actually absorbed. I haven't had good luck with that yet. I wonder if Vial of Lich Frost would be good then, because that's another slowing effect. Then you have two roots essentially. I don't know, man. That might not work on some. I, well, maybe that's just because you're doing mechanics. You're like, no, I'm just eating all the damage. I assume you're probably just spamming it every time it's up then. Yeah, that's like the only real option to go with is the absorb shield because it's so overpowered. Thank you once again for coming. Today we will be doing a Thanos on the Path of Ascension. A Thanos. We will, of course, thank you so much once again for joining me today in the Path of Ascension. We will be taking on a Thanos today. We, of course, have chosen Pelagos. In this, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take the Vial of Lich Frost. He is a majority melee fight, just like how Splinter Bark was. So for this, he does a frontal spear, which you can sidestep, so you want to make sure to avoid that because if you don't, he can knock you back a good ways and knock you off the arena. The second thing is he'll do a charge, which can also be sidestepped as well, so you want to make sure to get avoided by that. Once again, our main damaging ability will be our Test of Faith. We'll be rooting him whenever we can with Aspirant's Binding. For our Confront Memories, we'll be going with the shield. That's the one on the left. So that way we can mitigate the melee damage that he is doing. And as always, we'll be using Unleash as often as we can. And we'll be using our Vial of Lich Frost to keep him away from us to also help mitigate the damage that we take. So let's go ahead and ring the bell. And once again, thank you so much for everyone and their support with my YouTube. One of our videos has reached over 1,000 views, so I appreciate that. And thank you to all the new subscribers. So just like me, go ahead and ring the bell so that way you know when there's notifications. Hit the subscribe button and hit a like. We're going to go ahead and get this started here. Freeze him. Get some distance. Freeze him. Got that up. Hit him with it. Here's the charge. Go ahead and hit our shield. Do that. Get some distance. Powerful swing. We're going to avoid that. Here's the massive charge. Let's not get hit by that. Let ourselves get hit. That's okay. We'll run through and grab the shield. Do that. Gonna get some distance. Do our number 5. Get some distance. Charging, so we're going to want to go around behind him, so that way we can do some damage here. And he managed to absorb it. That was kind of weird. And that is the fight with the Thanos. Oh, okay, I see which one you got. Yeah, it's Azarux, the Realm Ender. Why is my inventory overflowing again? I don't need that. Okay, I see which quest you were talking about, Biz. It's Azarix the Ender or whatnot. That's why I was like, fourth. I was like, what you talking about? But I see, once you defeated all of them there, it appeared, yeah. Yeah. Today in my looking for raid, the tank ran the Borgast to his shade and just tanked him on top of it like an idiot. It was so ugly. We should have wiped, but people were spamming all their crowd controls to keep the shade under control. And looking for raid. Yeah, I don't know what the. There was a hunter in there that was like, really, tank? Really? That's what you decide to do? It was sloppy. Like, it was bad. I don't know if the demon hunter was trolling or what, but he literally took the boss right on top of him. And then what can you tell me about the Azarix, Biz? Yeah, I just completed that just right now. Okay, so avoid the orbs and his all that. Okay. Okay. I gotta figure out why my inventory is exploding with materials right now. Let's clean up our inventory here. I think it's the chests that have been giving me loot that are full of materials and crap. So I got a whole bunch of like mats in my inventory now. That weekly gave a good amount of leather stuff though. I got a ton of leather mats. I got 82 desolate leather. Let's see. 'Cause there's the leather. What else did I get? I got 15 callus hide. There was one more material that I got from it. I think it was pallid bone. Before I do this other fight here, I'm gonna go clear up some inventory space. Do you need it? And what's gonna grease my wheel here, Biz? Okay, but I don't wear leather. Okay, okay, I'll think about that. I can send it to you. I mean, after all, you did turn down that ring when you were like, oh, it's only 16,000, and then I sold it for 130,000. But you did turn that down so generously. I know, right? You're like, no, Dab could use that 130,000. I'm gonna lowball him at first, make him think he's not gonna make a lot of money, so that way he feels good about himself later. Yeah, Yeah, and one of Trump's lawyers said the election was stolen by some guy that's dead, but whatever. I was about to say, oh man, let me get a drink of juice here. I look over, my juice is empty. And I'm like, oh, damn you, fruit punch. That's what I should do, Biz. I should send each piece of it to you individually in the mail. I'm going to send you one item at a time. So you're going to get 100 letters from me. Well, can't you do open all or whatnot? Well, don't you have open all? I'll make sure to do cash on delivery or whatnot. I remember I remember that used to be the scam back in the day was you get random mail from people you didn't know with a junk item in it, and when you click on it, it would do the cash on delivery, and they'd wipe you out of your gold. I think now it asks you if you want to confirm rather than just taking it out and be like, "Oh, cash on delivery. Do you still want to do this?" You might be getting scammed. Sweet auction house mount. I don't know, man. That's a lot of gold. And the desolate leather is kind of garbage. I'm gonna assume a lot of people figured out that Pelagos will give you enchanting materials, because Soul Dust and Sacred Shards prices have dropped through the floor. To Billington. They got me to 12. Oh, pocked bonefish too. Damatrix. Yeah, I gotta get in there and do that. But I guess I got like 6 more videos I gotta make tomorrow. Mm. Yeah, yeah. 27. That should be enough to make those videos. I think some of these achievements are bugged too, because it says that I defeated a Thanos in the Trial of Wisdom, but you can't even do the Trial of Wisdom yet. I know he tried to snap his fingers on me. Now it really won't let me change it. Interesting. Okay, so there's the Ring of Warding. It's so funny, Biz. I have so many of the other materials, but when it comes to the goddamn pelts, I still have so few of them. I know, right? Spell this thing's name. Z-A-R-X. And you said he's mostly melee? Oh, and you said it was the summon, the balls, and what's the other one? Oh, okay. So just avoid the balls, avoid the rifts, and kill the ads. Thank you once again for joining us here in the Path of Ascension. Today we will be taking on Azarux, the Realm Ender. We will be using Pelagos to do so. For this, I'm going to choose the... Since he's mostly melee, but his three abilities here, I'm going to go with the Vial of Lich Frost to keep him away from me. Is the abilities he uses is he does summon ads, which you can DPS down. He also does orbs that will go out and explode just like when you did the quest. And he also puts rifts down on the ground that you want to avoid and not get stuck in. So once again, our main damaging will be Test of Faith. We'll be using our Aspirin's Binding, of course, to bind things, keep them away from us, do what we need to do. We will be taking our shield from Confront Memories, if I can say it. So from Confront Memories, so that will be the one on the left here. And then, of course, we will be using our Unleash whenever we can. Normally when there's ads up, so that way we can DPS them down, burn them out. We'll be using, of course, our equipment to keep things away from us when they're grouped up, so that way we can get our distance, so that way it's less damage we're taking. And let's go ahead and get this started here. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to ring the bell, and just like you on the YouTube, make sure to hit the subscribe, ring the bell so you can see notifications, leave a comment, and hit a like. And once again, while we load in here, thank you so much for the views and the subscribers that I've recently gained. I greatly appreciate that. That can't be right. Really, my range? No. No way. Hold off here because I want to see. Here comes a rift. We don't want to get hit by that. We're going to wait here because I want to see. Ah, I see. Here comes the infestation. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do this. Take the shield. Then we're going to go ahead and we're going to nuke it all. Let's get out of that. Let's go ahead and damage him some more here. He's doing his devouring rift. Let's not get hit by that. Root him. Here comes the infestation. Let's go ahead and take care of that. Let's get some distance on him here. There comes a devouring rift. Let's not get hit by that. Get some distance. We're really not going to use our thing here. He's doing his infestation, so let's go ahead and get ready. Kill everything here. Took some damage there. Good damage there, actually. Go ahead and get our shield. Might as well use it. And that is how you defeat Azarax. There we go. Chest, more desolate leather that we don't need. And refreshment. Hey. I don't see why you'd make that. Okay. Thank you so much for everyone coming today and watching the stream. We did our Path of Ascension stuff. As always, make sure to hit that follow button so you can see when I go live. I greatly appreciate it. Have a good day and stay safe.